Here's the truth. People don't just donate to nonprofits. They give to people, they connect with a story, a mission, a cause that feels like it's theirs. Think about it, a moment that reflects them, something that resonates on a personal level. So when your donor opens that email and their first thought is, this doesn't feel like me, well, you've already lost them. But if they read it and think, wait, that does sound like me, that's when you've got them. You've got their heart, and chances are you've got their support. Today, I'm going to share a simple framework to help you make that connection. Hey, I'm Tom Kelly, and welcome to the $1 Million Nonprofit, the daily show where we help you raise more while doing less, using smart systems, AI tools, and a clear human first strategy. Today, we're diving into something I like to call the donor identity framework. It's simple, it's powerful, and when you pair it with AI, well, it's like you're speaking the donor's language fluently. You'll learn how to uncover what your donors truly care about, write messages that make them think, wow, that's totally me, and use ChatGPT to do it in minutes, not months. Let's dive in. Step 1. Understand the 3 types of donor identity. Every donor falls into one of 3 categories, and it's not about their job, their age, or anything like that. It's about how they see themselves in relation to your mission. Here's the breakdown. 1, the empath. This person gives because they feel the cause in their bones. They're emotionally moved. They're the ones tearing up during your thank you video. 2, the advocate. This person gives because they believe in justice. They see your organization as part of a bigger movement. For them, it's about fixing the system. 3, the investor. This donor gives because they want to see real results. They treat their donation like impact capital. Show them ROI or they're gone. Each of these types has a different vibe, a different language, and if you speak to the wrong one, well, you risk losing all of them. Real talk, if you send a "we're changing the world" message to an investor type donor, they'll probably think, cool story, but where's the data? Now flip it. If you send a pie chart and a bunch of stats to an empath, they're going to say, okay, but I don't feel anything. That's why it's important to know who you're talking to and speak their language. That's where the magic of the donor identity framework comes in. Step 2, use ChatGPT to figure out who you're actually speaking to right now. Here's a killer prompt to try. Analyze the tone and focus of this donor appeal. Based on your analysis, tell me whether it speaks most to empaths, advocates, or investors, and suggest how to adapt it for each group. Just paste in your email, and ChatGPT will break it down for you. This appeals mostly to empaths due to emotional storytelling. To reach advocates, emphasize the systemic impact. To reach investors, include a measurable outcome. Boom, you don't have to start from scratch. You just tweak your message to better fit each donor type. Want to test it? Try this prompt. Write a 3-paragraph donor update from a nonprofit serving the homeless. Give me 3 versions, one for empaths, one for advocates, one for investors. ChatGPT will give you 3 completely different angles. One starts with a face and a name. One starts with a broken system. One starts with a powerful stat. Same story, different frame. And that's how you speak to hearts, minds, and logic, all without writing 3 separate campaigns. Step 3, tag your list accordingly. This is where things go next level. Once you understand donor identities, you can start segmenting your emails so the right message gets to the right people. Use your CRM, something like donor books or whatever system you're on, to tag people based on how they respond. Examples: donors who always click on the personal stories, that's your empaths. Donors who donor after reading detailed reports, investors. And the ones who are constantly sharing your petitions and rallying support, those are your advocates. Now, instead of you sending one generic email to everyone, you write one message, but in 3 different styles. Same call to action, same goal, different tone, different hook, different emotional driver. Try this prompt in ChatGPT. Create 3 versions of the same year-end appeal. All versions should lead to the same CTA, but speak differently to empaths, advocates, and investors. What you'll get is conversion magic. Because when people feel seen, really seen, they lean in. And when they lean in, they give. Bonus move. Use this strategy for social too. Your posts don't all have to sound the same, and honestly, they shouldn't. Rotate your voice depending on where you're showing up. Instagram, LinkedIn, and your newsletter, they all have different vibes, and so do your donors. Here's a great prompt to try. Create 3 social captions for a new donor spotlight: one that tugs heartstrings, one that highlights systemic change, and one that shows results. Match each to empath, advocate, and investor identity types. Now your content speaks to everyone without sounding robotic and without blending into the noise. Want a real example of how this works? We helped an arts nonprofit shift its messaging using this exact framework. Before, all their emails were written like investor pitches, full of data, metrics, and budgets. The empaths weren't connecting. The advocates were tuning out. So we rewrote their next campaign with 3 versions of the same email, same ask, same call to action, but tailored to each identity. Here's what happened: open rates up 44%, donations increased 38%, and one major donor literally replied, "This finally felt like it was for me." That's the power of the donor identity framework. It's not about doing more stuff, it's about being more specific. And when you get specific, you get results. Let's land this with 3 quick action steps you can take today. Step 1: analyze your last campaign. Try this prompt. Here's the text of our last donor appeal. Which identity group is it most likely to resonate with? Empath, advocate, or investor? Suggest 2 edits to better balance the message. Step 2: rewrite your next one. Use this prompt. Write a donation email for a campaign about food insecurity. Create 3 versions: one emotional, one systemic, one results driven. Step 3: build tags into your CRM. Inside donor books, ConvertKit, or whatever platform you use, start tagging based on how people interact. What gets clicked? What drives giving? Use that data to sort your list by identity type. That's it. Smart messaging, deeper connection, more giving. Want the donor identity toolkit, complete with plug and play prompts, messaging examples, and a cheat sheet to segment faster? Just DM me the word AI, and I'll send it your way. And hey, make sure to subscribe to the $1 Million Nonprofit so you never miss a shortcut like this one. If this episode helped, grab my book, The $1 Million Nonprofit, on Amazon. It's packed with frameworks like this, smart, simple, and flexible enough to make your own. To grab my free resource, the AI Growth Playbook, just hit the link in the description of this episode. Tomorrow, we're dialing in your dream donor profile with a single prompt. It's called Build a Donor Avatar in 10 minutes with this ChatGPT prompt. Once you have it, every message gets easier, every donor feels seen, and fundraising starts to feel fun again. Talk to you then.